Ew, tapping in real quick. Something light, nothing major. Peace and blessings and all that. You know what I'm talking about? Nothing too crazy about this video right here. We just gonna sit here and chop it up for a few minutes for what it's worth about some parlay options. Parlay options for the prelims, parlay options for the main card, parlay options for the whole card, all favorites, swap out options, some dog plays, fuck it, a haymaker, maybe a Hail Mary. You know what I'm talking about? I'll do my absolute best is to cover absolutely everything for y'all. You know what I'm talking about? I do appreciate y'all for tapping in. I pearl one up. I'm fitting to fire it up and burn it down with y'all while we chop it up about these parlay options. Now, I don't know about y'all, but for me, it's absolutely necessary to do prelim parlays, main card parlays, and then take who I like from the prelims and the main card and put my whole card parlays together. That way one thing has nothing to do with the other. You know what I'm talking about? If I have 3 or 4 legs that I like on the prelims and 2 or 3 legs that I like up on the main card, let me lock them 3 or 4 legs up on the prelims first and put something on that. That way I can go ahead and secure that bag and already be up before the main card already kicks off. You know what I'm talking about? And if somebody fumbles the bag on the main card, I'm already up. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I do it. You feel me? And if everybody falls in place on the prelims and everybody falls in place on the main card, then that means your whole card fell in place as well. You hitting on all cylinders. You cashing all types of tickets at the end of the night. You know what I'm talking about? But if everybody does what they need to do on the prelims and somebody fumbles on the main card, you still up. And vice versa. If somebody fumbles on the prelims, you still up for the main card, and you possibly still have a whole card parlay out there depending on where you may or may not have applied the swap out option. You know what I'm talking about? That's enough of that though. I ain't gonna hold y'all ear hostage for too long. That's just how I go about attacking this shit. That way I can find my way to a bag more times than not at the end of the night. I done seen too many people who have a 5-legger in and put everything on that 5-legger, and 3 or 4 legs did what they needed to do to secure a bag on the prelims, and you waiting for the main card opener and that shit goes left and everything went out the window. No, those 3 or 4 legs should have already been secured on the prelims, so you was already up off that bag right there prior to the main card kicking off. That way if anything happened, you know what I mean? But to each their own and all that. Let's talk about these prelims. I will not be adding Jacoby Smith until, we talking about trying to sweep the prelims, because he does nothing to the plus money number at minus 3,000 until he's the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th leg type shit. You know what I'm talking about? So the most significant favorite on the prelims after Jacoby Smith is Janata Denise at minus 350. Then it's Tracy Cortez at minus 265. That gives us minus 130. After that, it's Gregory Rodriguez at minus 240 for a plus money number of plus 150. You know what I'm talking about? Now, if you're on the side of those 3 individuals to be the ones to show up and get their jobs done, those 3, all 3 favorites, 3 of the most significant favorites, not only on the prelims, but on the whole card, with the exception of Jacoby Smith and Ilia Topuria, Janata Denise, Tracy Cortez, and Gregory Rodriguez. Those 3 individuals come together for you at plus 150. You know what I'm talking about? Now, after that, it's really pick your own poison, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm talking about? But, for those who are on the side of Terrence McKinney, that gives you 4 legs at plus 281. Janata Denise, Tracy Cortez, Gregory Rodriguez, and Terrence McKinney. 4 legs, all 4 favorites, all on the prelims at plus 281. If you're on the side of all of them and you're all right with all of them, then we're going to keep it moving to the 5th leg. But the 5th leg is where you absolutely should apply the swap out option too. You could have supplied a swap out option right here. You know what I'm talking about? You could apply it to a couple other places in my personal opinion, but most individuals are on the side of these individuals to get the job done. That's the 3 legs at plus 150. Janata, Tracy, and Gregory. We all know Terrence is kill or be killed. Anything could be happen. His 4th leg is 4 legs at plus 281. If you swap him out for Borshev, that's 4 legs at plus 522. But staying on these favorites, if you're, you know, rocking with Tracy, rocking with Janata, Gregory, and Terrence, and we come to these 5th legs, these, you know, very, very new prospects. 2 individuals in the first fight that are both making their UFC debut. And then Hyder and Jose, who are both in, you know, relatively new in their UFC run. So, Jose at minus 162 is the next biggest favorite after Terrence. That gives you 5 legs at plus 517. You can swap out Jose for Hyder, rightfully so, and that's 5 legs at plus 762. Staying away from that fight, coming down to the first fight, Christopher is the favorite over Jackson at minus 158. That gives you 5 legs at plus 523. You swap out Christopher for Jackson. That gives you 5 legs at plus 754. If you're on the side of all of these favorites, including these prospects to be the ones to get the job done, and you want some action on Jacoby Smith, we can toss him in there. He does absolutely nothing. We're not putting him in there. 6 legs, all 6 favorites on the prelims. Most of them significantly so, starting at minus 350, ending at minus 162. Janata Denise. Tracy Cortez, Gregory Rodriguez, Terrence McKinney, Christopher Ewart, and Jose Delgado. 6 legs at plus 907. This is what I mean by he does absolutely nothing, even as a 7th leg. 6 legs at plus 907. If you were to add Jacoby Smith, 7 legs, all 7 favorites, suggesting that no dogs bark on the prelims, you go from 6 legs at plus 907 to 7 legs at plus 941. Fuck up out of here. Not worth the headache, man. Not worth the headache, not in my personal opinion. You understand what I'm saying to you? Now, that's what it looks like as far as all of these favorites are concerned. You understand what I'm saying to you? Now, if you're anything like me, that your parlay or the prelims is going to look a hell of a lot different. But that's just me. Because when it comes to my main parlays, I want absolutely nothing to do with the first fight of the night, the last fight of the night, women's MMA, heavyweight MMA, individuals making their UFC debut, individuals over the minus 500 money line or above, or just ridiculously priced for absolutely no good reason, and any fights that I have too many question marks on from one side, let alone both. If you know, are a check in any one of those boxes, then I don't want anything to do with you in my main parlay. And for me, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, to be determined, on Saturday we will see. My my main 2 most confident picks on the prelims are both underdogs at plus 126 and plus 182, Hyder and Jack. That gives me a plus money number of plus 537. If I'm being all the way honest with you, that's the only action I really want on the prelims outside of, what's the only action I'm going to have on the prelims outside of possibly putting a, you know, 4-legger together and maybe putting, you know, a little 6-legger together on the prelims and just putting like Tanaz on it or something, because I really don't want much to do with it. But, you know, just because I'm a degenerate and it'll hit if I don't put it in, I'm going to put it in and put something light on it, because it's only right. You know what I'm talking about? But let me tell you why I'm on plus 182, which is Jack over Gregory, man. Gregory, more powerful, packs more power in his individual shots. Not faster, not more diverse, not more well-rounded. You know, doesn't, you know, he's not better. Jack Hermanson is absolutely better everywhere at managing that distance. His distance management is immaculate. You understand what I'm saying? So he'll keep you at bay with his kicking game. Teep kicks, inside, low, calf kicks. I mean, he'll just implement a kicking game to keep you at bay. He stays right in and right out of range. You know what I'm talking about? right in range to get after you and right out of range for you to get after him. Experience, man. He's nasty. He's nice. And he has a way of controlling a fight up against certain levels of opposition. And outside of Gregory Rodriguez finding a finish, I don't see how he beats Jack Hermansson. I think Jack Hermansson's going to win this fight via unanimous decision. You understand what I'm saying to you? And it may be 3 rounds to 1, so at plus 182. Like, Gregory's not getting Jack down to submit him. He's not going to be able to implement his game plan. He's going to be trying to find him and track him down. It's not going to work well for him, in my personal opinion. So I love that plus 182. And Hyder against Jose, nothing on Jose's resume stands out as much as, you know, that win over William Gomis, man. It is what it is. But it's the reason I took William Gomis as such an underdog against Anderson Brito, because William Gomis has a way of slowing fights down in William Gomis fashion and finding his way to victory. And Hyder Ramil not only proved, you hear that dog barking for Hyder? You hear my dogs barking for these dogs when I'm talking about them? Hyder Ramil not only proved to me that can he come out there and, you know, does he had a time to put the words together. He not only proved that he's got that finishing ability, you understand what I'm saying to you? But that he can go 15 minutes and, you know, get it done via decision against a legitimate level of opposition, in my personal opinion, which was William Gomis, man. So whether it's unanimous, majority, or split, it's a victory over a legitimate level of opposition. The most legitimate level of opposition between either one of these individuals as of yet. And the way he took that O from old boy prior to that, you know, the boy got that dog in him. He got that fight in him. He has heart. He's solid. He's well-rounded. He can go to full 15. I'm all over that plus 126, but I'm not going to, you know, hold y'all ear hostage with that shit anymore, because that ain't what this is about. Y'all know what the all favorites look like on the prelims. You know what them all favorites look like with some swap out options. This is what some dog plays look like, man. Jack at plus 182, Hyder at plus 126, them two together at plus 537. You know what I'm talking about? And that's my main play on the prelims. It's my main play on the prelims, man. And they just keep confirming it for me. 2 barks for both dogs. You heard them. You know what I'm talking about? But, yeah, that's it, man. And as far as other dog plays on the prelims, Nico Price at plus 1,000, man. This is an individual who has, what, 2 knockouts off his back? You understand what I'm saying to you? He's fucking dangerous. He's kill or be killed. He's going out on his shield, or he's going to take you out in the fucking process. You understand what I'm saying to you? So if Jacoby Smith wants to wrestle this motherfucker in any way, shape, form, or fashion early while they're dry and he hasn't cracked him open and he's not leaking and there's no blood or sweat, Nico can snatch up a front choke. He can snatch up a motherfucking guillotine and pull guard. All types of... Nico can snatch up all types of chokes, man. He can use those long limbs and lock up a vicious... I mean, he'll just clamp down with vengeance. The type of vengeance that just screams plus 1,000 against an individual making his second, you know, his second appearance in the UFC. That's how you feel about me? That kind of motherfucking clamp down, huh? Get the fuck up out of here, Scrap. Get over here. Finish him. Get on up out of here. You know what I mean? Type where he chokes him out and just rolls him over to the side while he's still asleep when the ref says let him go. You know what I'm talking about? Just disrespect. Get this youngin' out of here. Plus 1,000, that's how you feel about me? Better watch out for Nico Price, man. Huh? Better watch out. And all that we've seen from him, that boy's only, what, like 38? Nico's in prime time years. He got hella wear and tear on him, but he's in prime time years. And that plus 1,000 and minus 3,000 is a disrespectful money line if I've ever seen one. Huh? So that's definitely a dog play on the prelims. But that's that with that, man. Y'all know what them all favorites look like. Them all favorites with them swap out options. Some dog plays for the prelims. And what I like for the prelims is Hyder and Jack, man. You know what I'm talking about? And if I gotta sweep this joint, you can give me Janata, Tracy, and Terrence. You know what I mean? 5 legs at plus 616. And then fuck it. Give me Chris, man. 4 favorites and 2 dogs, man. Hyder, Jack, Janata, Tracy, Terrence, and Chris. for 6 legs at plus 27.45. And like I said, man, all I gotta put is a little $10 on it. It's gonna pay me back $274.57. Why I need to put anything more on that than that right there? I don't need this stress, man. You know, Chris versus Jackson. That's the first fight of the night. Both individuals are making their UFC debut, and I have question marks from both sides. Janata Denise, that's heavyweight MMA. You understand what I'm saying to you? Tracy Cortez, that's women's MMA. You know what I mean? Terrence McKinney, question marks all over that shit. And Jacoby Smith and Nico Price, honestly, question marks all over it. And minus 3,000, so it's over the minus 500 money line. All of that shit makes me uncomfortable. All of that shit checks boxes in the complete pass section for me. So Hyder and Jack, man. Y'all know what everything else look like if that's where y'all at with it. You know what I mean? And, you know, it is what it is, man. As far as those prelims is concerned, man. Slide on up here to the main card real quick, man. Staying with the trend of, you know, talking about these favorites first. Unfortunately, Ilya at minus 500 is the biggest, most significant favorite on the main card. Come over here if you want something, girl. Followed by Alexander Pantoja at minus 265, minus 500, minus 265. That gives you 2 legs at minus 154. Following that at minus 194 is Felipe Lima, which gives you a plus money number at plus 150. If you're on the side of those 3 guys to be the ones that show up and get the job done, minus 500, minus 265, minus 194, you get 3 legs at plus 150. It's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better. That's how that goes. Now, Joshua Van is the next most significant favorite at minus 130. That gives you 4 legs at plus 343. Or you will swap out Joshua for Brandon, rightfully so. That gives you 4 legs at plus 405. Or you forget about that fight. Renato Moicano at minus 122. 4 legs at plus 355. Swap out Renato for Benil, rightfully so. 4 legs at plus 391. Staying on all these favorites, you toss in Joshua and Renato, Ilya, Alexander, Felipe, Joshua, and Renato. 5 legs at plus 706. That's what all these favorites look like. That's what these favorites look like for the most part, with some swap out options applied. Now, let's get rid of that. If we talk about dog plays, matter of fact, hold up real quick, sticking with the favorites, I have 2 legs that I like. You know what I'm talking about? One of them is at minus 265. One of them is minus 194. It gives me a plus 108, and that's Alexander Pantoja and Felipe Lima. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want anything to do with the main event unless I'm talking about a clean sweep for the main card or the whole card. So, you know, I would have to go to Brandon Royval next for my 3rd leg at plus 321. And I guess maybe out of respect, just because I don't want to be that guy, I'll swap him out for Joshua, and I have 3 legs at plus 269. Forget about that fight. 3 legs at plus 279 for Renato, or swap out for Benil. 3 legs at plus 309. If it goes the way I'd like to see it go, you know what I mean? Then it would be Alexander Pantoja, Felipe Lima, Renato Moicano, and Brandon Royval. 4 legs at plus 667. And then up to the main event. Ilya Topuria, Alexander, Felipe, Renato, Brandon, and Ilya. 5 legs, 4 favorites, 1 ever so slight dog for 5 legs at plus 820. I'll swap out Brandon out of pure respect, principle, and the fact that Oliveira earned it and deserves it. And that's 5 legs at plus 3275. You know, we talking about dog plays on the main card. Kai got me spitting and shit trying to say his motherfucking name. Mr. Pullback. Kai at plus 200. You know what I'm talking about? If you want to rock with the these compact individuals, do a little compact parlay. You know what I mean? Off the top real quick. Minus 500 for Ilya. Minus 194 for Felipe. minus 130 for Joshua, and plus 200 for Kai, Mr. Pullback. You know what I'm talking about? Ilya, Philippe, Joshua, and Kai, 4 legs at plus 865. And just because that was all off the fly right there, a little compact squad, I'm going to put something light. I might just put a dub on it just because, you know what I mean? Just because type shit. But yeah, Kai, you know, he definitely live. Pantoja, if I'm not mistaken, he's never been finished, but if anybody's going to do it, wouldn't that be wild if Kai got the KO and Ilya got the KO after they was both flexing and shit back there together? That would be wild work. But Kai's live. You already know I feel like Brandon's live. Benil, definitely live. Peyton, I don't know, man. Outside of the finish, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? And Charles, you know he's live. Now this main card, you know what I mean? I mean, this whole card, taking these prelims and these main cards and putting them together. Because we got the prelims, you know what I'm talking about? All favors with some swap out options. Talked about some dog plays and a little haymaker down there trying to sweep the whole joint. Talked about the main card. Talked about the all favors, you know what I mean? Some swap out options. Talked about some dog plays up there. Saw what it looked like with the whole card. I mean, the whole main card. Now, for me, real quick, I'll start with my favorites. You know what I'm talking about? Give me Alexander Pantoja. Give me Philippe Lima. Give me Jack Hermanson. And give me Hyder Ramil. 4 legs at plus 1230. I'm personally all over that. You know what I mean? And when it comes to me, try to hit a Hail Mary, I'm not going for the whole card. You know what I mean? You can give me Janata. Give me Janata. Give me Roy Val. 6 legs, 3 favors, 3 dogs at plus 33.54. And then fuck it, man. You can give me Christopher and Terrence. 8 legs at plus 86.11. And I'll toss 10 odds on it for $860-something back. You know what I'm talking about, right? Am I tripping? Yeah, $861.13 back. Why I need to put any more than that on there? It's a fucking Hail Mary. You know what I'm talking about? I don't understand why jokers be putting thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars on Hail Marys. Like, you could put 10 odds and get 800 back. You could put a dub on that motherfucker. You could put $5 a man, put, you know, 40 on that motherfucker, and bring back 3,400, you know, $3,444. So, I mean, why the fuck you out here trying to break the motherfucking casino? And then when you miss about one leg, you ready to flip a fucking table because you put, you know, $800 on an 8-legger or $400 on an 8-legger when you could have put $40 on an 8-legger or $10 on an 8-legger for 800. Motherfuckers be bugging, but you know, not me. Fuck out of here. Yeah, and that's it, man. You know what I mean? I do another 8-legger where I take the Terrence fight out and I keep Alexander, Philippe, Jack, Hyder, Janata, Brandon, and Christopher. And then I slide on down here and I put in Hanato for plus 10,323. I'm putting 10 odds on that and getting the stack back. Then I'm taking that fight out of there. I still got those 7 legs, and I'm gonna slide up here. And where the fuck was it at? Where the fuck was it at? I did the 8-legger with Hanato. I did the 8-legger with Terrence, right? Yeah, that's it. Just them 2. Just them 2. I'm gonna leave the motherfucking main event out of my joint. You know what I mean? My Hail Mary anyway. But that's what my shit look like. Let me stop talking about me. Let's talk about these favorites real quick, man. Now, if y'all want to get Jacoby, I keep saying, yeah, Jacoby Smith up in here, there goes his minus 3,000. You know what I'm talking about? And then after that, it's Ilya. After Ilya, it's Janata. After Janata should be Pantoja. Miss Tracy. Gregory. I'll just do these favorites for y'all real quick, and then we'll Philippe, Terrence, then we'll dissect it too. Now we're at 8 legs at plus 887. All 8 favorites. Jacoby Smith, Ilia Topuria, Janata Denise, Alexander Pantoja, Tracy Cortez, Gregory Rodriguez, Philippe Lima, and Terrence McKinney. That's 8 legs at plus 887. You know what I'm talking about? Right when I'm getting ready to go to Jose Delgado, because I like Hyder so much, my baby gets to barking and runs out the motherfucking room. She don't want to hear that shit. Jose Delgado at minus 162. Now we at plus 1497. Then it's Christopher at minus 152. 10 legs at 2547. And then it's Joshua. 11 legs at plus 4584. And Hanato. 12 legs at plus 8424. Now this is all favorites, suggesting no dogs bark. Now let's ride through here and see if we can find a somewhat safe play for y'all. I gotta take these question marks away, man. But that's just me. Tracy against Vivi, I don't know that that's safe, man. How safe is that really? How safe is that really? Yeah, I don't know. Vivi got a what, 2.5 inch reach? Yeah! You! Tracy got a 7-year youth advantage, 1 inch height advantage. She's at a 2.5 inch reach disadvantage. This thing gonna be, yeah, let's just go ahead and let's get Tracy about her women's MMA and all that. I don't like heavyweight MMA, but the meatball that Janata's fighting is just not it. I can't be confident in Gregory or Terrence, Jose, or Joshua. Seven legs at plus 903. Jacoby, Ilia, Janata, Alex. Let me take Jacoby out of there. He minus 3,000, man. 6 legs. Ilia, Janata, Alexander, Philippe, Christopher, and Hanato. Ain't, boy. None of these motherfuckers are safe. Alexander, Philippe, Janata, man. Plus 168, man. Dang. Janata, Denise, Alexander Pantoja, and Philippe Lima. I can't be confident in Hanato Moicano, man. You know? Or Ilia. I'm confident in Jack and Hyder. But, you know, I already told y'all my parlays, and I'm trying to get y'all something that some of y'all might not be comfortable with a plus money number. Y'all shouldn't be comfortable with motherfucking Terrence, women's MMA, or anybody at minus 3,000. Both these cats, 6-0, 7-0, making their UFC debut, to be determined. So many question marks. I can't do that to y'all. I'm talking about. I do think Philippe Lima wins. Alexander Pantoja wins and Janata Denise wins, man. So for what it's worth, those 3 legs, Janata, Alexander, and Felipe at plus 168. Call it, you know, call it safe if that's what you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about? I got motherfuckers calling for me, though. So I'm going to go see what's happening with all that. You know what I'm talking about? I do appreciate y'all for tapping in. You know, something light, nothing major. Something for the prelims, something for the main card, something for the whole card, some all favors, some swap out options, some dog plays. Talked about some Hail Marys and some haymakers for the prelims and the main card and all that. You know what I'm talking about? Told y'all what I like and, you know, what I feel like is a safe play. And my bet, it only comes at plus 168. But if you add in Hyder and Jack, it comes at plus 1610. Peace and blessings.